welcome back again for another review. This time for the movie Ghosted, 2023 movie Ghosted, now on Apple TV Plus, and you can watch now. If you've seen the trailer for this and you're now watching this review, you're probably you know the plot. But if not, I'll go ahead and remind you again. Chris Evans is starring as the character Cole, who is just got out of a relationship and not looking for nothing serious, but comes across our hero Sadie, who comes into his life and they have an amazing date. And after this, Cole is head over heels for her, and decides to go back down his old ways and really presses up on Sadie, and then follows her to another country and find out she's a secret agent. Not your typical first date, right? So yeah, pretty much like a old fashioned rom com, but a little Mrs. and Mrs. Smith on top of it. Now, the thing I like about this movie is that they do kind of the reverse. Obviously, the guy is typically the one that's the agent, and and then she finds out and XYZ. They also make Chris Evans' character the kind of damsel in distress in this movie a little bit, which I think is pretty funny. Like, cause you don't typically get that. Like you said, like I guess the days of the woman being in trouble and the guy coming to save her over, because women are strong too, and they can come out and save the day, kick butt, and so like I said, Chris Evans is playing like the damsel in distress role here, and Sadie has to come in and save the day. In the process of this, he finds out a little bit more about himself, which is absolutely freaking hilarious. Uh, Let me just go through some of the cast here because it's completely. I mean, some of the cast, obviously Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, who is absolutely killing it, man. She has been getting role after role. Just got nominated for an Oscar. And it's like I said, to see her have a comedic side step away, and I mean, we know she can do action because, like I said, I think she does an amazing job here. So we know she can do action, but now you can say we've seen it in Bond, we've seen her do drama roles, but now, like I said, she gets to play, like I said, a Mrs. and Mrs. Smith role where she steps away, gets to have a little bit of fun, which is absolutely cool. Uh, and like I said, Adrien Brody, broke nose Adrien Brody, like said he's normally in everything, um, but I wasn't expecting him here. Like you said, he's usually playing like I don't say serious roles all the time, but normally like he's like the war guy, or he's like some serious like I don't use the word gangster like mob boss, but like something that like hit something in that world. But to see him kind of step away and do a little bit more comedy here, I think is pretty cool. Definitely give some of these more dramatic actors some more range in the comedy world. Mike Moe, we got Tate Donovan, Amy Sedaris, who we all know and love. She doesn't have a big role in this, but she is the mom of Cole, Chris Evans' character in the movie. So we get a little bit of that. Like I said, she has a big role, but she has a couple funny lines in that I think are pretty cool. And Lizzie Broadway, who plays his sister in the movie, and she is freaking hilarious. One of the big things, like I said, I start with a little bit of good. One of the good things is there are a ton of other actor cameos. We have a ton of other no name actor cameos that we're gonna get in this movie they sprinkle throughout the entire thing. So as you see this, you're gonna be like, okay, I know that guy. You're instantly gonna be hitting up on your IMDb to refresh your memory of who you thought that was, and you're probably right because that is who you thought it was. Like I said, ton of big actor cameos. Let's just say Chris Evans brings in some of his Avengers buddies into this movie. I'm not gonna say who if you haven't seen it yet, but he just brings in a ton of people that you're gonna recognize. Um, the movie does a really good job. Like I said, besides bringing in cameos, the movie does a really good job of kind of not reinventing the wheel of the rom com, but like I said, like they kind of do the reverse and make Chris Evans like the damsel here, and Ana de Armas is the CIA agent who has to save him, which I think is pretty cool. This was a good, uh, you know, date night movie. This is potentially something that I would have seen in the movie theater. But the best thing about this is you don't have to go to the movies. You can just watch it on Apple TV Plus. So there's no loss here. Like I said, it's an hour 50 minutes of your time. But I think it is worth, like I said, a nice night at home, and watch it. With whoever, yourself or whoever. I had a fun time watching it. Like I said, they do a really good job of with the action and the romance. I don't think they spent enough time on Sadie and Cole for me, to make me like really believe that they were actually liking each other. Like, because the beginning of the movie is a bit of a fast forward of the relationship, because their whole thing is like, okay, they had one amazing date they spent together, and Cole is all in his feelings about it, and Sadie's like, "Look, I'm not trying to be attached because she's a CIA agent." But like I said, this was they they could have probably given me a little bit more with that, but I'm not mad. I still enjoyed it. Uh, accents were all over the place, with the exception of Anna, who we already know what her voice sounds like in its base form. Some of the people that I know for a fact, and I'm pretty sure it was for comedic effect, which is fine. Access was just completely just terrible, which was ridiculous. I love me a good henchman. His movie, like I said, it gives you like a good Mrs. and Mrs. Smith vibe, a James Bond, a 007 vibe, and some of the henchmen are absolutely ridiculous. Their characters on their own, but you get a lot of that here. Like I said, the henchmen, the henchmen are absolutely ridiculous. But like I said, overall, I mean, the story is not, nothing new. Gotta kill the bad guy, save the world, stop them from using the ultimate weapon here, and that's our story for this. On top of like Cole and Cole and Anna's character, Sadie, hooking up in the movie as they try to go about their mission. One of the things I didn't like is when I was watching this, some of the musical choices that they had during some of the fight scenes just really took me out of it. Just it's just like, did we really need this song over this fight scene? That just really takes me back to, like, I want to say like the 90s, early 2000s, where they would overly do that. It would just be like whatever the most popular song was at the time over the fight scene, instead of just having like a non-licensed song that you could use for the fight. Which I think, like I said, it was just distracting. It just took me out of it a lot. As like, I was hearing like whatever popular song it was at the time they were playing, I was just like, did we need this here? Kind of reminds me of like old school anime, where they used to just add like random rock music or something like that to an anime that it wasn't originally in. Like I said, it just took me out, and just it just kind of brought some of it down for me. But like I said, that was really like the only thing that really, just like I said, really brought the movie down for me. Um, I don't think that Chris and Anna had the strongest chemistry in it, but I do think that they were having fun. I do think that the movie is a fun time to watch. Like I said, I definitely recommend it. Like I said, Apple TV Plus doesn't cost you nothing but an hour and 50 minutes of your time. But I can say I wasn't like looking at my watch. I wasn't trying to see how long the movie was or anything like that. It was funny. I had a lot of funny moments, and like I said, just to see Chris go back to more of his comedic side from not another teen movie, Scott Pilgrim, to get back to that after playing Captain America for so long and kind of being Mr. Serious, for a long time, and then see him go to, like I said, more drama roles, Knives Out, stuff like that. Like I said, to see him go back to his comedy side, I think is this is what I like to see from Chris, and he also producing this movie too. Obviously, you can see some of the strings being pulled for some of the cameos that are in this movie. Not like I said, watch the movie. I'm not gonna say who, um, but yeah. Other than that, like I said, it was a fun time. I highly recommend it. Apple TV Plus. It's only an hour 50 minutes. You're gonna be pointing at the screen for the whole time, pointing out people that you recognize. You like, I can't believe this person's in here, but I can see. I mean, you know what? I'm thinking about it now. This is the second movie that Anna and Chris have been in, because she was in Knives Out. So yeah, so I think about it, doesn't boost their chemistry in the movie, but because they weren't like playing boyfriend and girlfriend in that movie. But like I said, I think if they would have spent a little bit more time on it, maybe I would have been like, all right. But the whole thing about the movie is that her character doesn't care about anybody she's with. She does the mission over whoever she's with. That's the priority. And then the movie kind of goes around, explaining different parts of like their relationships about themselves and what they need to fix and what their fears are as they move stronger to become a better couple. But like I said, the movie pretty much wraps up the way you think it is. Not nothing unpredictable. But like I said, it's a really fun time. But other than that, I mean, I say check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like I said, I had a fun time. It's something that I will watch again. But let me know what you think in the comments. Like I said, Ghosted, Apple TV Plus, Ana de Armas, Chris Evans. You can't lose there. But like I said, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys later. See you.